Hello,
Yo, WavyOcho, I'm gonna react to how greed completely destroyed Faze Clan.
ladies and gentlemen. Faze
J here. Today I'm going to be talking about the demise of Faze Clan. Currently, Faze
He said Faze a J. Well, he might want to.
Clan is one of the world's largest
gaming organizations. In addition, Faze Clan teams play competitively in a variety of games from Fortnite to Valorant. The company has grown significantly over the last 13 years thanks to the explosion of esports. I mean, it's impossible not to notice its success just by looking at Faze Rug's Instagram. It's filled with G-Wagons, Versace robes, and celebrities. So in July 2022, Faze Clan became publicly traded on the stock market with a valuation of $725 million. This was one of the biggest moves ever made by an esports organization, and it was also what destroyed Faze Clan. Let me explain. But before I do, have you ever been concerned about the importance of seeking a diverse perspective when reading the news? I think it's a huge problem in the mainstream media. And well, that's where Ground News is different. They are a website and app that shows you how breaking news is being covered across the political spectrum. My favorite part about the app is the ease of scrolling as well as a convenient trending page to make sure I don't miss out on the latest news. Beyond that, Ground News is one of the few news organizations who actually report on stories outside of the traditional media. Ground News is unique in that it allows you to compare news coverage by swiping between headlines written by
So Faze Clan was originally founded
in May 2010 by 3 members, Clips, Resistance, and Housecat. Their Trek Shot montage series Illcams was extremely popular on YouTube. These videos were instrumental in helping Faze grow bigger and recruit more members. In 2010, Faze Temper joined in a leadership role while Faze Apex came in as a trick shotter a year later. Apex would become more involved in 2013 though. Faze Rain also joined in 2011, followed by Banks in 2013. Banks was previously the leader of a trick shot team called Soar. Throughout the early to mid-2010s, Faze Clan absolutely dominated the esports industry with victories left and right. By 2015, their YouTube channel reached a massive 3 million subscribers. This was particularly due to Banks and Temper's lifestyle content which they made while living together. Faze was as famous as ever. Even GameStop employees knew who they were. Okay, I guess not, but you get the point. Either way, the money was piling in, but with it came serious organizational challenges. There was marketing, hiring, payroll, the whole 9 yards. And all that was beyond the scope of a group of so-called Call of Duty athletes. So the original members decided to structure Faze more like a corporation. In 2015, they accepted investment money in exchange for control, kind of like how I do when I prostitute myself to pay my rent. Previously, Faze was
Nigga said nigga said he prostituted himself to pay his rent. Nigga, nah,
equally among Temper,
Rain, Banks, and Apex.
Everything started off with like a 25-25-25 with you, Banks, and Tommy, and who else?
Yeah, so that's it's me, Banks, Tommy, Apex. That's the original 4. The
Yeah.
deal split 25. Yeah.
But after the deal, things got sketchy. For starters, there was a CEO who did a lot of questionable things. Faze Rain claimed the CEO stole all of Banks' shares, so everyone else had to dilute to accommodate him.
But back then, it was a literal like robbery, broad day robbery. Like I told you at one point, he stole all of Banks' shares, and we all had to dilute to make room for Banks because he actually stole them all.
Fun stuff. Rain also mentioned the CEO scammed him out of 40% of his shares.
He also scammed me 40% of the shares that I was owed. We all had the equal amount of shares, and he gave them all a 40% boost, gave me nothing.
Eventually, the scummy CEO was replaced by a man named Lee Trink, and he was terrible. I mean, according to his Twitter bio, he was a former Brooklyn district attorney and a past president of Capitol Records. Did he become a lawyer to get his music clients out of jail? This shit makes no sense. And the icing on the cake is that his Twitter name is 337trink.eth. It's pretty obvious Lee Trink is a complete boomer who's dissociated from Faze's core audience. I mean, in interviews, he constantly refers to fans as Gen Z.
Why now is because this is actually the moment that Gen Z rises to power.
Gen
Great
Z.
day for gaming, great day for Gen Z. We have an ability to connect with Gen Z.
Sadly, the dude managed Faze Clan like it was an LA Fitness. I mean, just take a look at the stock price of Faze. It fell from a peak of about $20 in August 2022 to an abysmal 67 cents in March 2023. That's an insane 97% loss. To make matters worse, it all occurred within the span of 6 months. Any CEO who does that bad of a job is usually fired, but somehow Lee Trink is still around. That would be like if I worked at Burger King, ate all of the burgers on my shift, said fuck you to every customer, and got promoted to manager. So why did the stock price plummet? Well, due to a series of poor business decisions. And I'm not even talking about the useless 30,000 square foot warehouse in Los Angeles that makes no sense to operate. I'm talking about things like Faze's insane payouts to celebrities. For example, they paid Snoop Dogg $1.9 million and all he did was appear in a single video. In my opinion, doing so wasted precious funds on big names who could probably care less about Faze Clan or esports in general. Beyond that, not all the celebrities they worked with were exactly quality. I mean, they had to cut ties with Miami Heat center Myers Leonard after he made anti-Semitic comments. Not to mention, throwing money every so often at new random celebrities alienated the OG members of Faze who had been there for years. They didn't get much of a monetary reward for their loyalty while anti-Semites were raking in the dough. Worst of all, preferential payment wasn't just restricted to celebs but also occurred within Faze. This particularly upset Faze Tico, who criticized the company for prioritizing others over older members like himself who had been there for 12 years. Tico also mentioned he was lied to, led on, and told he had no say because he wasn't an owner.
How are you going to be the biggest organization in the world? Leaders in this scene, pushing this scene forward, pushing this industry forward, leading by example, and you can't even take care of your members that's been in for 12 fucking years. I've never claimed to be on Apex Banks, Tempers, Reigns level, okay? I never claimed to be them. I never claimed to be an owner, a leader, any of that sort, okay? I know my place, and they've made it very sure what my place is. Like, I've never tried to get what they have. I've never tried to be them. Like, trust me, okay? I'm not delusional. It's this leading me on with fake promises, with just lies, and then never owning up to it, always blaming someone else.
Another major bad business decision by Lee Trink and the Suits was making too many people members of Faze. By not maintaining a certain degree of exclusivity, Faze Clan lost its reputation as a quality brand. There was no appeal or hype, so when a new member was announced, no one cared. There's a reason Supreme drops are limited because low supply keeps demand high. Doing so allows Supreme to even sell out of a fucking brick. Oh, and more members meant less and less oversight. So it was only a matter of time before certain unruly members became PR nightmares for the company, like when Faze Virus made homophobic comments, or Faze K's Save the Kids crypto scam. These scandals were not a good look for the brand, especially considering their sizable young audience. The final bad business decision by Trink and upper management was their poor treatment of the creators. Faze Rain stated the company was extremely shady and there was a major lack of transparency. He said they wouldn't even tell him who had what number of shares but was supposed to believe the amount he had was good.
They never give me numbers been like, yo, your shares or your company are worth this. Never. And again, they never really told me how much I had. Well, they told me how much I had, but they never told me how much anybody else had. Or everything was always in the dark, bro.
In March 2023, after realizing their reputation had sunk worse than the Titanic, Faze Clan posted this on Twitter. We know that for too long we haven't been the Faze we need to be, but we're working hard towards fixing that. We hope to have all the OGs sit down together soon, and we don't want to do that without everyone. We'll do everything in our power to work this out and not let you down. Hilariously, they then got ratioed by none other than Mr. Beast. They should be the people in charge. When I visited, not a single person I met had any idea how to make a good piece of content. Currently, it seems like Faze Clan is doing worse than ever. They alienated their OG members, their stock price is in the toilet, and they only have enough money to last a few more months before going bankrupt. There's been a lot of drama behind the scenes and Faze has been rife with mismanagement. So who's to blame? Well, the answer is not cut and dry in this case, at least in my opinion. I mean, you have to realize the original Faze members weren't some completely innocent dudes who got screwed by a corporate agenda. Remember, Faze Banks is widely believed to have owned the gambling website CSGO Wild.
So we created this website, and through our rake and all this shit, we were making like $200,000 a day. And we set it up in Antigua. We set it up in Antigua. I had a house in Antigua for like...
Where's that?
For like Antigua in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Where?
Thanks to him, a multitude of his underage fans may have developed a lifelong gambling addiction. Banks is kind of a dirtbag, and that's even if you ignore his neck tattoo and the allegations of him cheating on his ex Alyssa. These guys aren't saints. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think the original owners of Faze wanted more recognition for building up the company. And when they got that recognition in the form of investment money, they took it. It's unfortunate the situation turned out the way it did because no one deserves to be screwed over. If they never took the investment money, then Faze wouldn't have been run into the ground like it is now. This was just a huge cautionary tale of greed. Yeah, they wouldn't be as rich, but they would have a quality brand and decent money. Interestingly, Faze Banks showed up on Aiden Ross's stream and hinted he may make a new clan.
We make Faze 2.0 and fucking make the shit where it was before. Cause look, Ricky, hear me out. You just...
Would that work out, though? Faze 2.0? Just, would it be,
One size scoop.
Yes.
Daddy's working on something very big.
I wish Banks success for making a new clan as long as it's not the Ku Klux. We will just have to wait and see how the rest of the story unfolds.
Okay, that's the vid. Yeah, bro. Let me know what y'all think about Faze and the Faze clan surrounding the situation that happened to them, and let me know who is your favorite Faze member, bro. Let me know, bro. Comment down below. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. If you're checking out, you are.